Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lavender Lay. I'm an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube, and I do mostly anime themed tarot readings. So if that's something that you're into, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you as part of my community. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into what this video is about. We're going to be looking into your love life in the year of 2025. Isn't that crazy that 2024 has like literally come to an end already? Like it's, as I'm filming this, it's December 6th. And this year just really flew by. It's quite crazy. But yeah, we're already looking into things going into 2025. And so we're going to see what your love life is going to be like next year. Or if you're already watching this and you're in the year 2025, at the time that you come across this video, seeing what your love life is going to be like for this year. Or depending on what time you're seeing this, you can confirm if, you know, the things that have already transpired in your love life have actually occurred. So this is themed after My Happy Marriage because season 2 will be coming out in January of 2025, which I'm really excited about. I love My Happy Marriage. It was a really great anime when the first season came out. And you know, it just has all those romance tropes that happen in the anime and in romance animes in general. So I thought, why not use that as the theme of this reading. So some things we're going to go over for your love life in 2025 is the themes around your love life that you can expect. Something we're going to go into something you may not expect in terms of your love life. We'll also get into some astrological influences that could be affecting your love life, and then we'll finish out with some advice in the tarot cards. So we just got 3 groups today. Group 1 is Mio, Group 2 is Kyoka, and Group 3 is Kaya, which if you haven't watched the anime, you might be on the same train as me, as I don't really like that character, but I felt called to use her. So we'll just have to get through it, even though I don't like that character. But yeah. Timestamps will be down below. Take your time. The characters are up on the screen. Pick whichever character you resonate with the most. You could use a number generator. You could just go based on numbers, like whatever number is your favorite, 1, 2, or 3. However you want to choose. And let's go ahead and get into it with group number 1, Mio. Hey group 1, if you picked Mio, then this is your reading, your love life in 2025. So just really quick, in case you skipped over the intro, some things we're going to be going over in this reading is the themes around your love life for next year, 2025, something you may not expect, some astrological influences that may be occurring with your love life, and then we'll finish out with some tarot cards and get some advice. So let me move the tarot cards first. And let's see the themes around group 1's love life, spirit. What is going on? What are the themes around their love life? So right now I'm shuffling this self-made deck that I made. There's just some romance tropes from like anime and just romance novels in general. So first we've got opposites attract. Seem to be opposites in everything you think matters. Let's see, themes for my group 1 spirit. Themes around their love life for 2025. What's going on in their love life for 2025? I've also got music playing from my channeled messages or channeled songs playlist. I usually only use it for love readings just because they're all love songs in some shape or form. Okay, we've got a couple. I'm gonna take all of them. So we got Usagi and Mamoru. You were lovers in a past life. We've got Naruto and Hinata. After a long period of time, your feelings will be reciprocated. Move these over just a little bit. And we've got workplace romance. Things seem to be going from professional to personal. And also, excuse the lighting right now because I'm using the flashlight from my other phone because the power is out right now and I don't know when it's going to come back. But we're gonna make do. So I feel like something that's going to be happening with your love life in this next year is maybe, you know, something along the lines of, okay, let me say there's probably like two groups of you, and it's like this and like this. So there's a group of you where there's somebody that's going to be coming into your life where you seem to be like opposites in a lot of things. Like it doesn't seem like you don't seem like on the surface, you don't seem like you would be very compatible. And that's just on the surface level. Like maybe you've just met this person and their personality comes off a little like it's very different from yours. And you kind of seem like, I don't know if I could, get along with this one person. Oh, that's perfect. So the song that just came on, can't speak. Sorry, Mercury retrograde. The song that just came on is "Quiet and Perfect" by Essence Martins. It's a very lovely song. You should check it out. It's in my playlist, which is linked down below. And if you are the type of person that's always been like the quiet but a little quirky, maybe this person is like very opposite, where they kind of feel like the conventionally attractive, whatever, like they've never really had, not to say that they've never gone through anything, but like they haven't experienced life in the same way that you have. And so that's why you may seem like, oh, well, how can I get along with this person? Because they just never, they haven't even experienced these things that I have. And so it's like, how could they ever understand me? And so it kind of may feel like that, where it's just like you seem like an opposite in like a lot of things. But you guys were lovers in a past life, or you could have been lovers in the past, and that's why like in this life, but in the past, not. But I'm not getting like an ex vibe. Like they're not necessarily an ex, but somebody maybe like that you were like in the past that you were just like, I don't know, like if things could work out between us. Maybe you had like a little bit of a crush on them or something like that, or maybe they had a crush on you and you never knew. Something along those lines, right? And so maybe this year will be themed around you and this person coming together, and discovering that maybe you're not quite so opposite, you're not, why can't I speak? It's Mercury retrograde. That you're not as opposite as you thought you once were. So that might be like, this year might be a discovery of that. You're getting to know this person a little bit more. Or maybe, you're just discovering, parts of yourself as well that you thought like you were one way, but it's like, maybe not. Maybe I can do these things. Maybe I am capable of that. But yeah, take it how it resonates. Whether it's like yourself that you feel like it's opposite, or if you feel like it's somebody else that's coming into your life. It could be either or, it could be both. And then for the other group, I feel like there is somebody who is in your workplace. Maybe, you've just gotten a new job or something, or you will be starting a new job in the year of 2025. And in that new job, you kind of like connect with somebody. And it may take some time before, this workplace romance kind of like bubbles up or whatever. So it might be like, maybe, for example, if you start the job in January, right? It may not be till like June or July until you figure out this person's feelings. Like, it just, you're still getting to know your coworkers. You're still getting to know the lay of the land. So it may take a long time before, some of these feelings, like, you discover this person's feelings, and the feelings are reciprocated between the two of you. And when I say workplace romance, because I want to also consider the fact that there's people who, who work from home, so maybe you don't really interact with your coworkers on that kind of level, or maybe you even work by yourself, like you own your own company or something. This could be, when I say workplace romance, I just mean like in the capacity of like, maybe you are in the same industry as this person. For example, like if you were a fellow content creator, for example, you could be, just making your regular posts on social media or whatever, and because of a brand deal or something, like you get offered to go on a brand trip, right? And you meet this person there during the brand trip. They don't even necessarily have to be a part of the brand trip or whatever, but you meet them during that brand trip. Or maybe your company decides that, hey, we need to send you to this conference, and you meet the person at that conference. They work for a completely different company or something like that, but they're in the same industry as you, and you meet at this conference or whatever, and you get to chopping it up. It could be anything along those lines. Take it out, it resonates. If something has popped into your head, that's most likely what it's going to be. I'm just trying to give examples because those are the only examples I can really think of off the top of my head. But yeah, maybe this person could have been following you on LinkedIn for a very long time, or following your social media for a long time or something like that. And, they've had a bit of a crush on you or whatever, but they haven't necessarily done anything about it or come forward with their feelings, because they're just like, well, I'm just some random person. Like, I didn't want to just be a creep and come up into your DMs. Which is funny because the song that was just playing was Dancing with a Stranger. But it doesn't like... The vibes of that song that gives off like, oh, I was dealing with an ex or whatever. You made me, like, look what you, like, literally the song was like, look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Like, ooh, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Which gives a feeling of like somebody dealing with somebody in the past. But like, oh, but now I'm meeting somebody new because of you, because of this past person. But like, it's still, I'm taking just like the song title, like, oh, Dancing with a Stranger. And it's like, oh, like, look what this made me do. Like, I'm dancing with a stranger. Like, what is going on? Like, what happened? Right? I feel like that's kind of like, you're going to end up in that kind of situation where it's just like, you get a month into talking to this person or getting to know this person, and you'll be sitting there like, maybe you guys are like, actually not even like a month in, maybe like you're 2-3 months into like getting to know this person, going on dates and stuff, and you're sitting on the couch or something like that, and you guys are watching a show together, and you're like cuddled up on the couch, and you sit and you look at their face, and you're like, holy crap, like, I'm literally doing this thing with somebody that was a complete stranger to me. just not too long ago. So it could be also something along those lines. Those are just some of the things that I am getting from, like, that's channeled right now. So let's see, what is something you may not expect? Spirit, what is something that my group number ones may not expect in their love life? Let's see. We've got unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Let me move these up. And then we've got shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. See, something that group number one may not expect in their love life. So far what I'm getting is, like, maybe right now the space that you're in is that, like, you're not happy with the ways that things are going in your love life. And something that, like, so you may be expecting that, like, oh, you're already aware that, like, you're not happy with the way that things are going in your love life right now. But I feel like something that you're not going to realize is how much more or something you're not going to expect is how much more your love life is going to make you realize, like, what your shadow side is, what your flaws are, stuff that you have been kind of ignoring, and it's going to start to bubble up, and Spirit is kind of like showing you, like, hey, we're making this bubble up right now because you need to work on this, like. And it's possible that if there is a person that comes into your life in this next year, they're going to help you work through those things. Or, maybe there's going to be situations within your love life that is just going to make you feel like, okay, this is something that's been underlying, but I've kind of ignored it. So now is probably a good time to work on this. Let's see, what will group one not expect? Ooh. Almost missed a flip. We've got chaser. I don't want to chase anymore. So yeah, maybe that's something that's one of your flaws, is like you've always been the one that chases versus tries to just attract. Or maybe you've never been the chaser before, and this year you actually will be chasing after people. I feel like that's more for my masculines that are watching this. If you've always been, the one that's like the runner in relationships, this year could be the year that you start chasing instead. Whew. We've got mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. And we've got neglected. I failed to give you what you need. So maybe, okay. Ooh, okay. I feel like this is my group that is really going to be going through some sort of like shadow period. Not to say that my hair keeps getting caught. Not to say that, your love life is going to completely suck next year. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. I feel like you guys are going to be going through kind of like, it's like you're taking one step back in order to like slingshot forward. You need to like take a step back. Something you're not going to be expecting is like having to take a step back in order to fix a certain things within your love life and within yourself as well, in order to move forward in a direction that Spirit is like, this is the direction you really need to be going in, not this other direction that you thought you needed to go in. It's this direction. Where maybe you get into that chaser energy. Maybe you used to be the person that was running all the time, and now you're like, oh, well, maybe maybe I do, I'm ready for a relationship, and Spirit's like, oh, no, 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 not yet. You gotta fix, you were doing all these things. You need to fix that first before you start trying to get into another relationship with somebody. So you might, it kind of feels like you might be getting a little dish of your own medicine. Like, not to say that maybe in the past that you treated somebody badly. I don't know, because obviously this is a general reading. It's going to be like, I don't know how many people are going to see this, but it's going to be obviously more than one person who sees this. So this is not me channeling into one person's energy. So I can't say for sure of like, maybe that you neglected somebody, like a previous partner or something like that, or maybe things just didn't, like, there was things that happened in a previous relationship that maybe you need to deal with the karma now. But I feel like that's something that you're not going to be expecting, is like, you think maybe you're in the mindset of like, oh, when I get into this next relationship, blah blah blah, I'm going to be, it's going to be great. I'm going to, maybe fall in love with this person. Maybe this person could be the one. And I feel like that's something that you're going to, you probably will get into a relationship, but it's not going to be the way that you expect. You're going to be dealing with some stuff that, you didn't work through in previous relationships. And so this next relationship that you do get into, it's going to be a relationship where you are having to fix all these things about yourself, or maybe just kind of like experiencing what you might have done to somebody else, which is really I try not to sugarcoat or whatever my readings, just because I feel like that's not helpful to anybody. There's like, I want to make sure that, when you're watching these readings, that you're actually getting something productive, that you're getting something that can help you move forward in life. So it's just like, this sucks to tell somebody, but, but at the same time, it's like, who else will tell you if not me? Like, what would be the point of you watching my readings if I just told you what you wanted to hear, So, but yeah, we're gonna move on to the astrological influences. Spirit, what astrological influences will be affecting my group 1's love life next year? What's the astrology for next year? I will say, I believe we have, today is the day that I'm filming this, Mars retrograde starts, so you might not feel, and it doesn't end until February, so you may not feel like you can necessarily, there might be some frustrations in terms of taking action in things, but I also believe that there's supposed to be a Venus retrograde this next year. Let me double check. Which could affect things as well. Let's see. Venus retrograde. Let's see. Next. Right, I don't have internet. Okay. Let me pause this and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, back with you guys with group number 1. So I was right. There is a Mercury. Oh my God, Mercury. It's not about you always. There is a Venus retrograde next year from March 1st till April 12th. So you could be dealing with something going during that time. But we'll see. Let's get some astrological influences. We've got midheaven with Pinnacle. Let's see. We've got North Node, Future. Get one more. One more. We've got Vesta with Hearth. I will need to look into the book about Vesta because I've not heard of that before. I'm still very much, learning or studying astrology, so I don't know everything when it comes to astrology. But I do know about the midheaven and the North Node. Let's look into Vesta. Let's see. It is one of the asteroids on page 80. Vesta calls you to be a hearthfire, to share yourself for the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left to live healthfully and give again another day. The second largest and brightest asteroid between Jupiter and Mars was named after Vesta, oldest goddess of hearth, home, and the family, and the center of a strong community. The fire in her temple was never allowed to go out, and the fire in the hearth of every home was sacred to her. She did not get involved in politics or the misadventures of other gods. Let's see, the action that this card calls for you to do is evaluate yourself and your life. Each human's task is to help reduce the total suffering on earth and increase the total joy. Your joy and suffering matter as much, neither more nor less, than anyone else's. Do not burn yourself up for another's cause, nor withhold your warmth, but share what you have to offer. This is not a situation where you need to take sides. Come back to the center, to the flame, to your hearth and your core values. Focus on that center flame instead of the personalities involved. Remember what matters. Find that deep calm within. Light a candle with a prayer and use it to bring your focus to the center. Let the rest fall away. Then decide, advise, and operate from there. It may be time to take a retreat, a chance to clear yourself, clear your energy fields, cleanse your environment. Reclaim your temple. If a relationship is truly of value and important to your soul, the person or team you're involved with will honor your process. So yeah, I feel like that's going to be one of the things that's really affecting your love life in this next year, is because we've also got the midheaven and the North Node, which is, when you are looking at your life, these are the things that you should look to these placements in terms of what you should be working towards and what you should be looking to achieve. For example, if you have like a specific if you don't know what kind of career that you want to get into, look to your midheaven, and it can tell you really places where you would really, really thrive. For example, my midheaven is in Aquarius. And so places where I would really thrive is things that are focused on innovation, technology, community, humanitarian efforts. That's where I would really thrive. Like, that's where being in those fields would be most beneficial. Like, I would have the most success there. So really look to your, and then your North Node is like the things that you need to be achieving in this life. Like, you're kind of like, almost like your life's purpose. And because it's almost like, kind of like a roadmap as to like where you should be your focus should be whenever you're doing anything in life. For example, mine is in Virgo. My North Node is in Virgo, and it also is in the 5th house. So I should be focused on things that I'm really passionate about, with the 5th house, some things that are in the creative field, and maybe doing things that are like a little bit more analytical, or anything. Actually, it could also be anything health wise, because Virgo is the 6th house, and the 6th house rules things that are in the daily life, your health. So maybe being creative with my health, being creative with within the healthcare field, something like that. So you could take that as an example. So these things could be influencing your love life in terms of 2025. Maybe because you focus on these things, like focusing on making sure that the path that you're taking forward is based upon your North Node, that the actions that you are taking in terms of like your career and stuff it matches like your midheaven. It could help you bring in love into your life. But at the same time, because we've got this Vesta, and it's saying like evaluate your life and make sure that your joy in suffering matters as much, neither more nor less than anyone else's. So it's saying don't burn yourself out for somebody else, and or withhold your warmth. Like if somebody needs you, be there for them, but at the same time, not at the cost of your own energy as well. Like don't overgive yourself, make sure that the energy that's given is what you're reciprocating. And also, like, if you've been in an energy where you've been, giving, and you haven't really received much, maybe it's time to take a step back and, cleanse your energy, and your environment, and don't necessarily worry too much about like how this is going to affect other people, because the guidebook says, if a relationship is truly of value and important to your soul, the person or team you're involved with will honor your process. So whomever you're worried about, if they're meant to be there, if they're truly of value and important to being in around you and your soul and a part of your life's path, they will honor the process of you just taking that step back and trying to recoup. So, let's go ahead and get into the advice with the tarot cards. So, Spirit, can we get some advice for my group number ones for their love life in 2025? What advice do you have for them for their love life? We've got the King of Pentacles. Okay. We've got the Three of Swords. Ooh, okay. Oh, so the song that's playing right now is Me and You by Cassie. Queen of Swords. We've got Death in reverse. And we've got Ten of Cups. Okay. All is not bleak. All is not bleak. And the back of the deck is the Fool. So we're going to put that right there. Okay, I feel like Spirit's advice to you is something along the lines of, I really want to hone in on that Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords is usually like heartbreak, rejection, something along those lines. And it's like, I feel like Spirit is like, okay, you may have like a whole lot of things that you want in life, and maybe the thing that you don't have right now is like, maybe, okay, because we've got this King of Pentacles, maybe that the King of Pentacles is you, right? And maybe right now your career is flourishing, you know, you've got all the things that you've wanted in life, and the only thing that's kind of like you feel is missing is the fact that you don't have maybe this love in your life, this great love. You know, maybe you want a wife, you want a husband, or just a spouse, because, you know, we don't discriminate gender over here. And so I feel like maybe that's something that you've been missing out on, or you feel like you've been missing out on, and you've been kind of like, especially with this Queen of Swords, maybe in the past you've kind of just been like, emotionally unavailable, not really like interested, like you're just like, oh, I don't have the time for this right now. Just kind of exploring things in a sense of like maybe only seeking like short-term things. But let me see with this Death card in reverse. Yeah, Death card is like destruction, pain, despair, misery, lethargy, stagnation. So maybe you've also felt like your love life has been stagnant as well. And maybe that's kind of like something that you've been dealing with, is like the heartbreak of all of that. Maybe you've dealt with some rejections lately, or like things just not panning out the way that you've wanted them to. But of course, you know, we had that thing of like, oh, what you don't expect in the very beginning of the reading, where it was just like, maybe there's some shadow stuff that you have to go through first. And maybe that's why things haven't panned out, because you haven't really been going through those shadow things. You've kind of just been like, oh, this is too hard. Or maybe not even that. Like, you've kind of just been like, oh, it just maybe this is just not meant to be. Instead of going through like the hard work of the relationship or whatever, you've kind of just been like escaping it in some shape or form. But at the end of the day, you still need to go through these things. That way you can have the great love that you're looking for. And it's going to come, because we've got the Fool card, you know, and which is a new beginning. And we've also got the Ten of Cups, which is like, you know, ultimate, you know, emotional fulfillment. It's like, it's the thing that you want to, like the Ten of Cups is the card that you want to see in a love reading, because it's just like, well, that Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. But, you know, there's something to be achieved here. Like, you're going to achieve it, but it's like there's still some stuff that you need to go through first. And Spirit is like, until you go through that, you're not going to achieve, like, you're still going to be experiencing these rejections or whatever until you go through that shadow work. Because it's just like, it's almost like if you don't go through the shadow work, right? It's not to say that you'll never experience love, like the love that you want, but it's not going to, like, it's not going to feel as good. Like, something is still going to happen. Like, you're going to struggle in some shape or form until you go through this shadow work. And I don't think it's even like that much shadow work either. I feel like it's just like one or two lessons that you need to learn, and then bada bing, bada boom, you got your great love of your life or something. So I feel like that Spirit's advice to you is like, you've been avoiding, you might have been avoiding it, but it's time to go through this, because without it, you're not going to get the thing that you want, this ultimate fulfillment. And Spirit has a new beginning for you, but it's like they can't give it to you until you go through these lessons, which kind of sucks, I know. I would also hate to be told that, but it's important. But yeah, so that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me what you're excited about for the year of 2025. Or are you just tired like the rest of us? And you're just like, I don't even want to think about 2025. I'm still trying to recoup with what's going on in 2024. But yeah. Feel free to comment down below. Tell me all about it. I would love to hear about it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the post notification bell so you don't miss out on my next reading. If you're looking for a personal reading, my Etsy shop is linked down below. I may be doing a sale on personal readings for this month, for this month and going into January. For the new year and stuff, or just basically the holiday season. So be on the look. If I do go through with that, you'll see it. It'll pop up on my Etsy shop. But yeah, feel free to follow me on my other social media platforms. They are linked down below as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hey Group 2, if you picked Kyoka, then this is your reading, your love life in 2025. So if you skipped the intro, some things we're going to be going over in this reading is the themes around your love life next year, some things you may not expect, some astrological influences in your love life, and then we'll finish out with some advice from the tarot cards. So let's go ahead and get into it. We've got, barely even shuffled, themes around your love life. We've got the sick episode. An illness may bring you closer together. By the way, this is a self-made deck with romance tropes from anime and romance novels and such. We've got Shota and Sawako. Things may take some time to develop, but every moment will feel sweet. I'm also listening to music as I am doing this reading, but from my channeled messages or channeled songs playlist, which is linked down below. We've got opposites attract. You seem to be opposites in everything that thinks matter. Everything you think matters. Let's see, themes around Group 2's love life for 2025, Spirit. Right now, the song that's playing is I Remember by Keisha Cole. We've got romantic false lead. You think you're pretending, but it's real. Okay, this feels like you're very, very much, what's the word that I want to use? Your generic run-of-the-mill romance anime, where there's a sick episode, things kind of take time before, you realize each other's feelings. Maybe at some point you kind of pretend like you don't have feelings. And you feel like, oh, this person, like me and this person could never get together. It just wouldn't work out. We're not compatible on these things. Even though you really just know this person on, you know each other on the surface level. You don't really know each other deep like that. But yeah, those are some of the themes that are going on in your love life. Some sort of illness bringing you guys together. I don't feel like it's like some sort of serious sickness, just because, when it comes to the sick episode, it's usually just somebody, they have a cold. When it comes, especially in animes, it's always like, oh, they have a cold, and, they come over, that person comes over and takes care of them, or takes care of the character, gives them, does a little fever patch thing on their forehead, wipes the sweat off their body with a bucket and a rag, You know, just like the sweet little things, like just nursing them back to health, making sure they take their medicine, drink some water, they get something to eat, that's, you know, healthy and easy on the stomach. You know, something real simple, something just real sweet. I feel like that's like the kind of vibe that's coming from that card, you know. So when it says illness, don't get, you know, um, don't get scared. I promise. Like, that's when I say the sick episode, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like you get a cold, this person, or you get the flu or something like that. This person helps nurse you back to health. Or maybe, you know, it could be you sprain your ankle, or and you know, and this person helps with like and you're on crutches for a little bit, so this person comes and helps you, you know, bring your groceries into your house, or you know, they're just they're coming to help you in some shape or form, because you're in a spot or place in your life where you're not able to do it yourself. Spirit's so funny. The song that just came on is "I Want You Around" by Snow Allegra. So, you know, like, I want you around is basically the message. It's like, hold on, let me pull up the lyrics. Am I not able to see? I want you around. Okay, I can't pull up lyrics, but you can look up the lyrics and see if any of those like resonate with you at this moment. But I feel like something else that's going to be occurring with you guys is, you know, it may take a while before, you know, for things to develop between, like, if somebody is coming into your life, if you're, for example, if you're single, it may take some time for things to develop, right? Well, actually, I really feel like this video is for my singles, so I'm going to go based off the fact that you're watching this video and you are single and you're looking for somebody. But yeah, it may take some time for like something to develop between you and a person, the next person to come into your life. But I feel like it's not going to it's not going to really bother you that much, because like, even though, yeah, things might be going a little bit slower than you would hope, it's like you're still enjoying every single moment of it. It's kind of like you still have those sweet dates with that person, and you're kind of just like, oh, this was a really nice date. I loved how I loved like how it made me feel. Like, I loved the vibe that me and this person had. It's kind of just like you're making memories with this person, and it's great. Like, you're loving the memories that you're making with this person, and you love that it's this person that you're getting to make them with. Like, it's more than just like, oh, you're getting to make memories. It's like, I'm getting to make memories with this person, and it's so sweet and it's so lovely, and I'm going to remember these things forever. So that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. It feels really sweet. Like, your love life feels like it's such a sweet energy. Like, I feel all giddy and giggly. Like, it's just, which is a really nice energy to feel, because group 1 was something different. But we're not going to get into group 1 right now. But yeah, it just feels, and maybe like, it's like when you meet this person, it's not even gonna feel like, you may feel like at the beginning, like, how is this ever going to work? Because you feel like, oh, they're just very different from me. Like, maybe you guys might not have like a lot of things in common, and so it might be hard to like get things started. But when you do, it's going to be so amazing and so romantic. And I love that for you guys. So let's see what's something you may not expect in your love life. We've got reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And the song that's playing right now is Rise Up by Andra Day. Something that group 2 may not expect in their love life next year, 2025. We've got missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. We've got runner. I don't want to run anymore. Let's get 2 more. Got 2. We've got chaser. I don't want to chase anymore. And we've got mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. Okay. I feel like something that you may not be expecting is this person could be somebody from your past that's like you, like with how it says like, oh, that romantic false lead. Show it again. You think you're pretending, but it's real. And so like maybe this is like somebody who you may have somebody coming into your life where like the way that things kind of like panned out with this person, it was kind of like maybe they kind of like played it off or something like that, like, oh yeah, no, I don't really have those feelings for you, or like I wasn't really like, look, this is not what I was really looking for. I was looking for something a little more casual, something along those lines. And maybe they come back around and they're just like, hey, you know, like this is not, like I lied before, like this is not right. I want to tell you my truth. Like I want to, you know, like I should, like when I was telling you those things, like I should have acted, and I didn't. I pushed this away. Maybe they, like somebody that had like a self-sabotaging behavior or something of that sort. Like maybe they ran away and they're just kind of like, I don't want to do this back and forth anymore or whatever. And, you know, I want to like try to achieve something real. So that may be something that you're not really expecting, is like for this person to come back around and be like, you know, everything that I told you before is, you know, that's not how I truly feel. This is how I truly feel. Which I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I personally would, you know, deal with something like that. Just because I feel like I'm the type of person that once something is done, it's done. And I don't like to really go back and revisit. But if that's not you and that's not your energy and you would welcome this, then, you know, take that, claim that, do whatever you want with it. I absolutely do wish the best for you. And I hope that this pans out in a way that, you know, makes you feel fulfilled and gives you a lot of joy, which I really do feel like it probably will, just because of the beginning energy that we had, where I was like, it's a really sweet energy and it's really like, it makes me feel giggly and giddy and, you know, like the butterflies and all that other stuff. So it just depends on, you know, what you are willing to accept. All I'm going to say is make sure that if this is somebody from the past, make sure that you're not settling, you know. Make sure that, you know, whatever was a problem in the past, that has been rectified, and that has, you know, and you actually see change within this person, you know. So let's see the astrological influences in your love life. Okay, Spirit said LOL, here's 3, right off the bat. Oh, there's 4. Okay, so we've got the Sun with Source. We've got second house with resources. We've got first house with arrival. And we've got south node, past. So right off the bat, we could say this person could be a Leo sign because we've got the Sun. And they could also be an Aries or a Taurus because we've got the first house and the second house. I would say that this person definitely could be somebody from the past just because we've got the south node popping up. You could be something that's affecting your love life could be 1, your finances, and 2, your self-worth and your sense of self. Whether or not you have like a sense of confidence, your self-esteem, like how built up it is, and as well as how stable your financial situation is at the moment. Well, not like at this moment, but like during this next year. Are you getting your finance together? Are you, taking steps to becoming debt-free, for example? Are you building up a savings account for like as an emergency fund or something like that? I really feel like if your finances are kind of like in shambles right now, I highly recommend that you check out this YouTube channel called Financial Audit. I've been watching it a lot lately, especially in the past couple of months, and it has really helped me with like getting perspective on like what are the things that are really important in terms of like getting my financials in together, especially because right now I am unemployed, and just making sure that I have, like, if I was to ever get into this situation again where I'm unemployed, that I have things set up to where I feel safe and secure still, even if I am even during this time of unemployment. So maybe that's something that you won't want to check out, and you want to focus on in this next year as well, is like making sure that your finances are in a better space. Maybe not doing a whole bunch of unnecessary spending. Checking double checking like what your spending is like are you spending more than you actually make, or are you actually following a budget, like a proper budget. And then, of course, being confident in these things, being confident in your sense of self, being confident in where your finances are at, and being confident that, dealing with the things in your past. Especially because, with the South Node, the South Node is what you've achieved in your past life. It's what you've already accomplished these things. These are things in whatever that you have, these are lessons that you've already learned, and so you've taken that into this next life with you. So depending on where your South Node is, I would really look into that, and depending and seeing like what sign your South Node is in, because it could really help you figuring out like what lessons have you already learned, and then also in turn look at your North Node to see what lessons that you need to learn in this life, and so you can walk towards that. I would also see if you have any placements in the first house or the second house, because that could be something that is influencing your love life at this next year. Those planets, like those energies, or if you have any signs, depending on like your rising sign. So your rising sign will be your first house, and then whatever sign is next comes after that is your second house, based upon the whole sign system, at least. If you're looking at Placidus instead, it's going to be a little bit different. Your first house and second house could be the same sign, depending on your time of birth. But yeah. So those are the astrological influences in your love life next year. you could be also looking at, something I want to say is like, if your understanding of astrology is only based upon your sun sign, which is the sign like most people know about, so you'll be like, oh, I was born on, for example, I was born April 26th, which makes me a Taurus. Or you say like, oh, I was born November 8th, so I'm a Scorpio. If that's your only understanding of astrology, I highly recommend that you look deeper into that and don't base your compatibility with somebody else based off just your sun sign, because it's not going to tell you a lot. Like, because you might be like, oh, well, I am let's say you're a Taurus like me, so you're not, oh, so I could never really be compatible with like a Sagittarius or something like that, in terms of love. But the thing is like, you could still be compatible based upon your other signs in your birth chart, if you look into your birth chart and what it is. Because that could be like the only sign or whatever in your chart that, there's a little bit of conflict, but everything else lines up. Maybe you both have Venus signs that are very compatible, or maybe you both have your Mars, and you have some aspects or whatever, like, oh, your Mars trines their some sign or something, like, I don't know, but just look into that versus just looking at your sun sign compatibility, because it's not really going to tell you a whole bunch, and it might deter you from somebody that otherwise could actually be a really good match for you. So let's go ahead and get some advice for you. So Spirit, Group 2, what advice do you have for them? We've got the Four of Wands. Oh. The song that just started playing is Weak by SWV. I get so weak and I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Got the Five of Wands. Okay, we got some progression. Love that. We've got the Magician. Okay, manifesting something. Maybe Spirit is saying you should manifest some love into your life, or manifest the things that I was talking about with your astrological influences, like maybe becoming debt free, manifesting more self-confidence or self-worth, or self-love. Two more Spirit advice for my group 2s. We've got the Empress. Ooh, okay, divine and feminine energy. Love that for y'all. Ooh. And we've got Judgment. Okay. So 3 major arcana cards. And the back of the deck is the Princess of Wands. Okay, I really feel like Spirit is asking you to do some more manifestation within your life. Manifest some more stability within your life with this Four of Wands. Manifest within your divine feminine, like really tap into your feminine energy. And then I'm gonna look into this Judgment card. Judgment is number 20. So when judgment appears, know that you're being called to step into a new cycle in your life, which allows you to fully embrace your individuality. Thanks to your higher self's awakening, almost as though you're going through a spiritual rebirth, reflection or reevaluation come naturally. You can make adjustments to reflect who you truly are and renew certain parts of your life accordingly. It is not unusual for judgment to appear in your life in the form of a wake-up call or divine intervention. This might come as a shock to you. This might first come as a shock to you, but sooner rather than later, you will understand precisely why you've been propelled to step into a new phase of your life. Ultimately, judgment is a favorable card, indicating that you're making sound decisions in life and are mature enough to reflect on your actions and decisions. When this card appears, any challenges you encounter along the way are easily resolved, as you have learned from the past, bringing up the past again, and are using those life lessons moving forward. Keep this fabulous energy going and ignore the haters. They will always exist no matter what you do. You simply cannot please everyone, so you might as well focus on pleasing yourself first. Yes. Oh my God, yes. So that's what I'm saying with this might be a good year when it comes to your love life to really boost yourself. Boost the hell out of yourself. Tap into that divine feminine energy. Tap into the things that will make you feel more stable, more secure, feel more safe. Really manifest it so that way you become a true fighter in your life, and you can tackle whatever obstacles. When an obstacle comes along your way, you're like, I know how to deal with that. Bada bing, bada boom, you're dealt with, and this will no longer be an issue with me. And I feel like that's what Spirit's advice to you is. It's there is something great for you out there, and it's just a matter of you putting in the effort to manifest it and bring it about. And I also feel like you really should be tapping into your passions in this next year, because we've got all Wands energy, Princess of Wands, Four of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Wands energy is really it's fire energy, it's fire sign energy. So think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Those are people who have signs, have placements in those signs. It's like they have a passionate energy about it. They're very action oriented. They're very much go-getter type of deal. And I feel like that's the energy that Spirit really wants you to tap into in 2025. And when you do, you're going to be, maybe you don't even have to necessarily focus on manifesting love itself, but because you're focused on manifesting these other things, love comes about, because maybe during those times or whatever, maybe the things you're doing results in you meeting your next partner, So maybe, for example, when it comes to your self-confidence, maybe you don't really feel confident in your body. And so you decide, I'm going to start going to the gym next year. And because you start going to the gym, you meet somebody at the gym. And, you start to maybe it's I don't even say that as in you're going there to scope out somebody, but it could be just maybe you are struggling with some weights or something like that, and somebody comes over and they help you out with it, and they're just maybe you shouldn't start out with this weights, maybe you should start with these weights, and I can help you out, or let me spot you when you squat or something like that, and just really friendly terms. And they're just I come to the gym at these times if you want to work out together or something like that. And you just become you start out just workout buddies or something like that, and then something blossoms from there, or you decide that you're going to put more effort into reading more this year. So you meet somebody, at Barnes & Noble, or you go to the library, because, libraries exist and we should be utilizing them more often. But, you meet somebody at either of those places, and, and they're you have a book in your hand already, and you're looking for another one, and they're just oh my God, I love that book. You're going to love it. It's such a good book. And you guys get to talking and kiking, So it's like that. I feel like that's the energy. That spirit is like, if you invest into the things that you're passionate about, you're going to find somebody. You're going to find that person for you. But it's coming when you invest in yourself. Which I feel like that's something that everybody should be doing anyways, is investing into themselves. And, so that way they can, enjoy the life that they want that they're living. So yeah, so that is Spirit's advice to you guys. And that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Comment down below. Tell me tell me what you're excited about for 2025. Had you already thought about, starting to invest in your... Ooh, I really can't speak this reading. Have you already thought about investing in yourself? If so, tell me what you've got in your mind of like things that you want to do. I would love to hear about it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the post notification bell so you never miss out on my next reading. If you're looking for a personal reading, my personal readings are linked down below. I am thinking of doing a sale on my personal readings, so be on the lookout for that if you've been waiting for some sort of sale or something like that. I will probably make a community post if I do decide to do a sale. And I'll also post on my social medias as well. Which, speaking of, you can also find my social media platforms linked down below. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys again so much for trusting me to read your cards, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 3, if you picked Kaya, then this is your reading. Just gonna say it, I don't really like this character, but I felt called to use her because she's technically one of the major characters in the first season. So, even though I hate this character so much, it's fine. We're gonna get into it. We're not gonna let her, ruin this reading with her terrible energy, but we're gonna just get into it. But thank you for clicking on this reading. We're gonna get into your love life in 2025. If you skipped over the intro, then some of the things that we're going to be getting into is in this reading is themes around your love life, something you may not expect, astrological influences, and then we'll finish out with advice in the tarot cards. Whew. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the themes around your love life. I'm also listening to some channeled songs in my channeled songs playlist, which is linked down below. If you want to check it out, it's only available on Spotify because I do not have Apple Music anymore, and I don't want to pay for 2 different streaming services. So, but there is a way to, if you want to like take the playlist or whatever, and you have Apple Music, I think there's the app called Song Shift that you can use. But yeah, let's go ahead, get the themes for group 3 around their love life. But the song that's playing right now is Dearly Beloved from Kingdom Hearts 2, which gives me like major wedding vibes, mostly because I would love to walk down the aisle if I ever get married to this song, because it's just such a pretty song. It's just it makes you feel the feels. That's all. Like it just evokes those emotions. Like you want to cry. This is the love of your life. Oh my god. We got Kakadu and Naho. A sign from your higher self will lead you to the one. If I remember correctly, Kakadu and Naho are from the anime Orange, I want to say. Feel free to correct me down below, but I believe that's the anime that they're from. If you want to watch it, trigger warning for self-unaliving. But yeah. It's a really good anime though. It's just really emotional. Let's see, themes around Group 3's love life. We've got slow burn. It may take a while for your feelings to be revealed. I feel like that's been like the general theme this throughout all three groups is like it's going to take some time before like some feelings are revealed and stuff. Like it's going to just be overall it's a slow burn year. And I really feel like it's mostly because I feel like love is not going to really be a focus. Like I feel like what's going to happen is like you're going to be focusing on other things and it just kind of comes like out of nowhere. Let's see. Get two more. By the way, this is my self-made deck. It's like romance tropes from like anime and books and stuff. I would like to make this like an actual deck one day for you guys to like have yourselves. I just don't know how to go about that. I'll figure it out hopefully next year. We've got Victor and Yuri. Your potential will one day make history. Another great anime, Yuri on Ice. Love that anime. So sad that the movie got canceled. If you're really into BL or yaoi, some fell, but I'm not gonna take them. I'm gonna take this one because it flipped in my hand. We've got the sick episode. An illness may bring you closer together. All right, so I feel like the theme of your love life is really going to just be divine timing. You are going to be brought into this like I really feel like the universe and spirit is really going to be orchestrating your whole love life this next year. It's like I feel like if you try to take any action, nothing's really going to happen. But if you just let spirit do its work, do what they gotta do, then things will happen for you. So I really feel like this is like a year of you just letting go and letting God. Whether or not you believe in God or the gods or whomever, I just feel like it's not something that's going to be like you actively like maybe being on a dating app or something like that, or going to events and like kind of like, oh, you know, like putting yourself out there in some shape or form. I really feel like it's going to be just a matter of like same place, same time type deal. Like you just happen to be doing something that has nothing to do with like, you're not even thinking about your love life and you happen to meet this person. And even when you meet this person, I feel like it's going to take some time before, you know, maybe some feelings are revealed. It could be like a friends to lovers type of deal. Like maybe you guys get together and, you know, you become friends first and you're not really thinking about love or anything like that when it comes to this person. And it's kind of like as you get to know each other and, you know, your friendship kind of deepens, you sort of start to feel like, you know, you start to feel those feelings for this person and they'll feel those feelings for you as well. And like something brings you closer. It could be an illness, like a cold or something, and like this person comes and takes care of you, or you get injured or something like that, like a sprained ankle or a sprained wrist or something like that, something where you can't necessarily do things by yourself completely. For some reason, I just heard top surgery, ? Some of you could be, queer, and maybe this person helps you, like you're getting top surgery, and this person comes and helps takes care of you, while you're unable to do things because you've just gotten surgery. Something along those lines. Top surgery was very specific, but so I feel like this group is going to be my group that has like queer people in it. I'm sorry, my cat Biscuit is laying on top of a box, and the box just kind of collapsed, and she's falling into the box. Let me go help her real quick, and then I'll come back. All right. Well, like I was saying, finally got rescued Biscuit. But yeah, I feel like this is my group that's going to be filled with more of my queer individuals. You don't have to be queer in order for this to resonate, but just because I've heard top surgery, and that's really specific to, queer people who get top surgery. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to something you may not expect. Whoa! Okay, that's way too many. Something abrupt, maybe. Like you may meet this person, or you may come. There might be something in your love life that happens abruptly, just because those cards really just like flew out of my hand. But something that Group 3 may not expect in their love life next year, Spirit. We've got escape. I left when things got hard. We've got, let's see, reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. We've got sabotage. I messed up the good things in my life sometimes. Time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. And we've got habits. I don't know if we will ever change. Some of you might be already in a relationship, and I feel like the abrupt change could be a breakup, or some sort of separation. But I think it will end up being temporary. Just because I feel like maybe there's something that happens that's like, things are getting kind of hard within your individual lives. Or maybe there's something like, maybe you are going through a breakup right now, and it wasn't something that you were expecting. Like maybe you just had something, like you weren't, like maybe you had been thinking about it, but you weren't expecting to, like maybe the way that the breakup happened is not the way that you expected. And so you kind of just like, what you're not expecting is maybe that the fact that this breakup is necessary because Spirit has something else in mind for you. And so they kind of like made things happen to where, you finally were just like, all right, that's it, I'm done. And now Spirit is like, okay, great. You're now no longer in this relationship or whatever. So now we can bring you what you really deserve. I feel like that's only going to resonate for like maybe 2 or 3 people. But there's some sort of energy of just like something ending. And ended in a very abrupt way, and because of that ending, you can now have this great new beginning that spirit wants to orchestrate for you. And so that may be something you're not really expecting, is because it's just like, maybe you're not really expecting anything good to come out of this ending. But something good is coming. I do feel that. I say that just because you may not be expecting it because of like this habits card. Like, I don't know if you will ever change. You may feel like, oh, this is just like, even if I get into something new, like the same thing is just going to happen. Or like, oh, my love life is never going to change. Like, I'm just going to keep meeting these people that like I'm just settling for or whatever. I'm not going to meet like that great love of my life or whatever. And so this is like something like, maybe spirit is kind of like, it sounds really, like, it sounds awful, but it's like maybe spirit is kind of like trying to break you down just a little bit, so that way you let it go, so that way they can just be like, oh well, surprise, here you go. Which sounds just but that could be something that's occurring. But yeah, making things hard, that way, you know that this is something that you don't want. So that way, when you get into the relationship or whatever that spirit is going to orchestrate for you, you feel so much appreciation. You have so much gratitude for it. And it's just like, you want to like hold on. Like, it's something, it's to the point where it's like, this is something that I never want to let go of. And not to say like that's going to be one-sided either. Like, it's going to be like, I feel like this person or whatever that spirit is orchestrating for you is also going to go through the same thing. So that's going to be something possibly that you could bond over. Is just like, we were both ready, in a place of like ready to give up on love, and we came into each other's life. I really feel like you guys are going to be my meet cute group. Where you meet this person and in such a cute way, and it's like serendipitous and everything. But let's see what astrological influences will be occurring in your love life next year, 2025, for my group 3's astrological influences. The song that's playing right now is From Eden by Hosier. So you might have some messages in there. We've got the 3rd house, communication. Spirit. The song that just started playing is I See the Light from Tangled, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's my favorite Disney princess movie. One of the lyrics is like, at last I see the light, and the fog has finally lifted, or something like that. We've got Pluto, rebirth, and we've got North Node. Oh, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. Just get one more. I got 2 more. Okay, move these. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you. We got conjunction with alliance, and we've got Gemini with cross-pollinate. So we've got double confirmation on Gemini because we've got the third house, which is Gemini, or Gemini energy. We've got Pluto, we've got the North Node, and we've got conjunction. So you could have a Pluto North Node conjunction, which could mean like, oh, maybe transformations in terms of like the things that will happen to you, in terms of like what your life purpose is, or maybe like doing things that are towards your life purpose will cause a lot of transformations in your life. Maybe there's some sort of transformation that you need to be going towards or like achieving in this next year. I would definitely check out your birth chart and see if you have a conjunction, or if your North Node is in Gemini, if you have Pluto in the third house, if your North Node is in your third house. Those things could be affecting your love life in the next year. Especially, you could be having transformations in your communication, like maybe the ways that you communicate, maybe the ways that you go about communicating with others, friends, short-term travel, or like not short-term, like short distance travel. I'm hearing like a new car. Like maybe you get a new car this next year or something like that, which could be affecting your love life, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe you've been needing a new car or something like that, or maybe you get a new job, so you're able to afford a better car, and so you're able to get a new car. I don't know. Something along those lines. That's something that I'm hearing. I'm just rolling with it. Maybe your North Node is in your third house, and so something that you should be working towards achieving is, something within communications. So social media, technology, marketing, maybe. Maybe you need to not necessarily market yourself better, but like build your self brand a little bit more, and not necessarily for like other people to see, but like maybe just like investing in yourself just a little bit more in terms of like the things that you do, things that you enjoy, just overall like investing in yourself, like putting more effort into like maybe taking care of your health, taking care of your finances, taking care of like just things that affect you on a daily basis. But yeah, I feel like you could also be writing something. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you're writing a blog. Just because we've got that communication, it's also third house. It's also written communication. So take that how it resonates. Those are the things that could be affecting your love life in the next year, 2025. Transformations, things to do with your life purpose, communication, like maybe communication styles, transformations within those, stuff like that. Stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get some advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice do you have for my group number 3s regarding their love life next year? The song that's playing right now is Official Girl by Cassie and Lil Wayne. Well, it's featuring Lil Wayne. And I'm tired of trying. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. A lot of 3s. Yeah, because we've got 3 of Pentacles, and then we've got number 34. So there's a 3 in there, and then we got 3 Gemini. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. We've got the Princess of Cups. Spirit advice for my group 3s and their love life next year. We've got the King of Pentacles. These didn't flip, so I'm not going to take them. Well, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. And the back of the deck is the Six of Swords. I feel like you guys are going to be moving away from something. Or maybe, or possibly traveling, but I really feel like it's more so moving away from something. Maybe possibly something that you had been working on for a while, because we've got the Seven of Pentacles in terms of, you could be moving away from, something that you were working on for a very long time. And moving towards something that's going to be more beneficial for the community that's around you. And because of this, you could be meeting that person, because we got this King of Pentacles right here. And they could be helping you with that thing, with this community thing that you're moving towards instead. I feel like you're going to be hesitant a little bit when it comes to like your feelings about it, but Spirit is like, no, this is something you're going to be getting that opportunity to move into this thing, to move away from the thing that you've been working on in order to start this new thing that's going to be more beneficial to the to you and your community around you. And Spirit says take that opportunity when it comes across to you. And don't be too scared. Like, you might feel like hesitant about it, like your feelings around it might be you might be a little hesitant, but you know, give it a chance is basically the advice, because I feel like that's how Spirit is going to kind of orchestrate this new love for you, is through this community that you start to build. Which I think is like really wonderful. I love that for you guys, especially because now we're in the age of Aquarius, of Pluto in Aquarius, which is really just, you know, it's really going to be a community-minded generation type of deal. Like these next 20 years, we're going to be really shifting into a community mindset versus, you know, Pluto in Capricorn, where everything was really just individualistic, and individualism was really just pushed to the forefront in our late stage capitalistic society. But let me get off my soapbox. But yeah, so that's the advice to you guys, is, you know, there's going to be an opportunity for something within to build a community, and Spirit really wants you to take that opportunity and run with it. Build it up. Put all your efforts into it, and, you know, see yourself flourish. And yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this reading. If you like this video, if it resonated for you, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment down below. Tell me what you're excited about for next year. If you've already gotten this opportunity, this community opportunity, I would love to hear about it if you are comfortable with sharing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the post notification bell so you don't miss out on my next reading. If you're looking for personal readings, my Etsy shop is linked down below. I plan to do a sale on my personal readings for this next month or so, for the holidays. I'll make a community post about it, so be on the lookout for that. And also, I'll also post about it on my social media, so you can follow me there and you'll get a notification about that too if you follow my social media, which is also linked down below. But yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for trusting me to read your cards, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.